A virus. The virus had turned into encephalitis. It had traveled to my brain and scattered throughout my brain, causing scar tissue damage. I was in a coma for 4 days. The doctors thought that I was going to be either paraplegic or have severe brain damage, but I had neither. But I did end up with epilepsy. And from the age of 5 and on, life had many obstacles. It was like I lived on a roller coaster. When I got into my adolescent and teenage years, life became very difficult. At that age, you're trying to figure out who you are, what type of person you want to be. There's a lot of emotions and feelings going on. And having epilepsy just made it more difficult. I was in denial for a very long time. I didn't want to accept that I had epilepsy. I was angry that I had epilepsy. Why did this have to happen to me? And for the longest time, I kept it very quiet. I didn't tell anybody. And I lived with all these unsettled emotions inside myself. After living like this for a long time, I had to change. I just started to see myself following others, just wanted to be like everybody else around me, and not being my own person. I was just wanted to be accepted by everybody. I wanted everybody to like me, because inside myself, I didn't feel like I was like everybody else. I felt different. But later on in life, I realized that everybody has something. Whether it be depression, a disease, an other disorder, stress, whatever the case may be. Nobody in this life is perfect. We all have something. So as time went on, I had to learn how to accept my epilepsy, and I had to learn how to love myself. I went to support groups and I talked to people, and I realized that I wasn't the only one. There were hundreds and hundreds, millions of people just like me around the world. We all had the same thoughts, the same feelings. We all were going through the same thing. It was a very difficult time, but once I was able to accept myself and love myself for who I was, life began to slowly change. After talking with others and getting my emotions out, keeping a journal, expressing how I felt on paper, and learning slowly that I was just like everybody else. And what mattered was what I thought of myself. Like I mentioned earlier, nobody in this life is perfect. We all have something. And epilepsy is just a small part of our lives. Yes, it's hard to deal with. It's difficult. There are a lot of obstacles, a lot of limitations, and a lot of drawbacks. But it's just a small part of our life. We have a whole life ahead of us. You need to learn how to accept yourself, learn to love yourself for who you are, and focus on the positive things about yourself. Who you are as a person, what you could bring to this life. Because there's a lot to you that is great. You are a great person, and you have to realize that. And that you can teach others. Whether it's people that have the same disorder, or you just have special qualities, you could share those qualities with the world. As I got older, I learned what my passions were in life, and I moved on. I went to college. It wasn't easy, but I did it. It was hard with epilepsy, but I didn't let it stop me. I got my degree. I started a career. I had some ups and downs with that also, but I still didn't let it draw me and stop me from being the person I wanted to be. And the best thing is when I learned how to love myself and accept myself, then I wasn't ashamed that I had epilepsy anymore. And I was able to talk about it with people. I was able to share with people what I went through. And the biggest thing was, one time I was talking to somebody and I shared about what I was going through and some of the things I did to cope with my epilepsy. And that person wrote me back later on in an email and said all the things that I had taught them helped them so much. They were depressed and they felt like they were on the verge of suicide. But they took everything I taught them and showed them, and they applied it to their own life, and they moved on. And they were able to look at life differently. And at that point, I realized what my true passion in life was. It was to help others. It was to use my strengths and use my epilepsy and use it for a good cause, to help other people who have a disability or have epilepsy, and people who are struggling with any type of disease and disorder. You have special qualities. You have special things that you could share with the rest of the world. Don't let epilepsy stop you from being the person you're meant to be. Everybody has strengths. Don't focus on your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths, because your strengths will help you get through life. And my special key, I say faith, courage, wisdom, strength, and hope. And those components put together, you'll be able to conquer anything. There are many times when I moved forward and I got knocked back, and I didn't let it stop me. I didn't turn away. I moved forward again, and I kept going and kept going. And till this day, I still have my ups and downs, but I don't let it stop me. Because epilepsy is just one small segment of your life. It's not the only thing. Focus on your strengths. Focus on the positive things in your life. And use all those positive things and all those strengths and put it to good use. Because you can be the next president. You could be somebody who saves another person's life. You could help another person. There are things out there for you to do. You could be the next best teacher. Don't let epilepsy stop you. Don't be a follower. A leader. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. Because you are meant to be someone special. I truly believe everything in life happens for a reason. And I wouldn't be the same person I am today if I didn't have this disorder. I don't think I would have been as sensitive to people, caring, and kind as I am. I think my disorder has helped me see life in a different way, and it helps me see other people and their emotions in a different way. So take all your good qualities and put them to good use, because you can be the next best leader in this world. Don't let epilepsy stop you. Thank you. I hope you liked this video. I hope it's helped you. And if you liked it, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Leave them in the comment box. Thank you so much.